I don't think you guys understand truly on how content can really change your guys' life in the next 3 months. If you guys are new to my channel, welcome. If you already are here, you understand exactly what I'm about to talk about and how big this opportunity really is. I'm Keonde. You guys can call me Key. I'm known as a content amplifier. And basically what my goal is, I help brands blow up on TikTok all organically. Now, what I am showing you guys, and this is literally my first year starting this. This was back in 2022. So I've been in the game for almost 23, 24, 25. I started in 2021 as far as making content for myself. So I've been in the game for almost 2021, 22, 23, 24, 4 years, going on 5 years. 4 years, somewhere around 4 or 5 years. And this is basically what I'm about to break down is the exact business model that allowed me to make literally close to 220 grand my first year doing this for companies. Of course, for myself, I started in drop shipping. I made around $120,000 in 2 nights, and that was all organically. And I realized, okay, I could do this for brands. But here's one of my old Stripe accounts. I've been through multiple Stripe accounts because you guys all know how Stripe is. But here's one of them, like I said, when I got started, as far as in 2022, when I started really accepting payments through Stripe. Let me see. You'll see the timestamp on this. As you can see, 2021, I was still in high school. I wasn't really doing brand deals or anything like that or content for brands. I was still trying to figure out this online shit. But as we get into 2022, of course, what led me to you start to see these numbers is because when I first blew up, it was more as me drop shipping and blowing over my own brands. And I realized I'm like, holy shit, I can do this for brands. Of course, this is only about 124,000 on my Stripe. As far as wires and other payment methods together, I did around, I think 210, close to 220, $10,000, about $210,000 that first year, literally making TikTok for brands. So we can go through exactly step by step on some of the days. And this is all time, of course. This isn't my new Stripe account. I'll be able to show you guys my new Stripe account in the next video as far as currently how I'm still doing this. But we can go through this. This is all time period. Like I said, it started in 2022. And as you can see, the drop off where I stopped using this account after 2022. After 2022, yeah, here it is right here. So here's the drop off right here. That was my last payment I took on this account before shit started tweaking. But I'm going to get more into breaking down how I was able to even do this and also the straightforward game that I built out for you guys, a little document. But as you can see, like 2021, I kind of dabbled into it, not really much. And then you got my first payment was in 2021, my first brand deal. As you guys can see, some days I did 7 grand, 500. One day I did 11,000. I think my biggest day was like close to 17,000, 3,400. And these are all companies paying me 1,000, 1,500, $17,000 in one day from brands paying me to basically blow them up on TikTok. 17,000, 2,000, 5,000, 4,500, 4,000, 750. I was raking these motherfuckers in. 5 grand, almost 5 grand, 2 grand, 500, 2,300, 3 grand, 450, 4,300, 3,000. I can go on and on. My last one was actually 115. My last payment through here, I didn't even know I had this payment, was almost 10 grand. And that was beginning of this year. Oh shit. Anyways, we're about to bring straight fucking game. So this is a straightforward game. To anyone watching this, like I said, realistically, your life can change in the next fucking 3 months. And that is the reality with this entire business model. And I know I talk fast, so I'm gonna slow down. So this is a straightforward game, Doc. The most important step is to lock the fuck in and not come into this game thinking this is a walk on park. Any skill worth learning will take time. Understand what your goal is, right? What exactly is this business model? How can you make money? You guys probably have all the questions in the world. Like how the hell does this dude make $250,000 his first year doing this? Newsflash, I never had a following. My goal basically is to help brands grow organically. So a couple things, right? Start familiarizing yourself with visual, viral content, what that looks like, things like concept, hook, visual. You need to be the student of a game, right? And anything that you learn in life, even if you come from a sport background, right? I played almost football, every sport there is. And throughout all those sports, there always was something where you had to study the game. You had to study film to be able to know not exactly what your next opponent move is, but have an understanding of what it possibly could be. As far as the fun comes in, here's exactly how you go about it. So like I said, the biggest goal around all of this is basically you're going to help brands grow organically through TikTok. Brands value organic presence and community more than anything. Brands no longer give a shit about, how many this influencer follower may have or millions of followers this influencer may have. They don't care about that because the reality of it all is they understand that, okay, just because this influencer has millions of followers doesn't mean they have a buying audience that's going to convert and buy our product. They're starting to realize like, okay, what if we just take one creator that becomes the face of our brand that posts consistently to build up a community based around our product, and then we just pay this creator a couple $1,000s per month on top of percentage of sales that they drive in. And month on then, we're going to keep this creator cycling content every single month while it's bringing us organic revenue. Whereas then we're going to cut our costs in half of what we would pay an influencer, but a creator just to become the face of our brand. And that's where brands are valuing this. And this is why it's such a big opportunity going into 2025. Brands understand, they've seen it, they sat on the sideline, brands seen TikTok Shop blow up, but they still know that there's so much more like potential out there organically to get their product in front of millions and millions of eyeballs and still build up that community. Because with TikTok Shop, you can't really build up that community because it's just a ton of affiliates repping your product. Whereas then you have a community, a tailored page tailored towards your product, and you have just, that one creator posting around that. Everything and everyone that comes and gravitate towards that page is not because everyone and their mom was posting about it. It was because the product, the person behind it made really good engaging content, which gravitated to others, which gravitated to come to the page and purchase. So as far as all that goes, here's where the fun comes in. If you're starting out from completely zero, here's what the step-by-steps on how you about to do this and get started going into 2025. And you can use this doc for your reference screenshot to do what you have to do, but following these steps will get you started. In next 3 months, you can start seeing invoices and checks come in like that. So the first part is creating your first TikTok separate page. Basically, you're going to create a blank page and you're going to treat this page as your portfolio. The goal here is to post consistently, ideally 1 to 2 videos a day, just simply because you need to be able to have content to show for. You also can reach out to brands for like strictly commission-based deals. And the reason why that is because brands, there's no risk to them just send you out product and you're like, hey, I'd love to create such and such amount videos for you guys just to build my portfolio up. And maybe if there's something where if I blow up, we could talk next steps or what partnership could look like. This is also going to help you get your foot in the door with an initial brand. So if you have a favorite brand that you may want to work with, you definitely can reach out and say, hey, I want to make content for you for free. They're going to love that. And then if you actually crush it for them, now you just open up the door to really, really get paid and build out a real relationship with this. After a full month of consistently posting, then we start reaching out, right? I think the biggest thing that I've focused on with a lot of my students is realistically building up the mental fortitude and the muscle memory of really understanding how to show up and be there for yourself as far as making content. So I make them create content with things around their house so they can be versatile as a creator to be creative with anything that's around them, as little as something as a water bottle, right? And after 30 days consecutive posting, they've now proven to themselves that they could do it. Now you can go out and prove it to a brand that you can do. Because the last thing that I want my creators or anyone in this game to do is to get a brand deal right away and not even show up and you've been paid from this brand. Now you mess up your reputation. Whereas then prove it to yourself for the next 30 days, but also you're a beginner. You need to be able to do it for an extensive amounts of time to really see yourself gradually go as a shitty creator to an okay creator amongst 30 to 40 to 50 videos. Then when you're ready to really go to that next step, when you get that one product that you're focused on, you have millions of ideas because you taught yourself in the beginning how to be versatile with almost anything. You can find these brands in many, many ways. Email, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Twitter was my biggest thing. That's how I was able to do almost $250,000 my first year, and it was all through inbound Twitter because I shared a ton of free value, a ton of free game, exactly how I'm doing like this. I shared that on Twitter and basically said, hey, here's how XYZ, I can take this brand from 0 to 100K on TikTok, and brands flooded and brands loved it. And of course, I had the results to show for it. From there, of course, creating a pitch is one of the biggest things. You want to stand out from everyone else. There's no one pitching this, so you're really going to be able to stand out regardless, but also don't go to ChatGPT route and some generic route to kind of really help you with a pitch. Get creative with it, be able to make the pitch sexy because nowadays, I mean, I'm getting pitched 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 times a day. Stand out. Everyone, copywriter, all these other people that are pitching me, it's the same shit. Like I'm not going to stop what I'm doing just to engage or interact into a pitch that everyone else was doing. So that's a big thing. Craft a plan in terms of how you're going to structure yourself and talk to these brands. This means doing market research on basically how you can help them grow. So this is what I say, and this is Alex Hormozi. I've seen him in a podcast say about this. You're going to appear 10 times smarter to a business owner if you've done your research, even if that's you just taking 10, 15 seconds to look at their LinkedIn and you go as little, hey, John, I see that you're in Atlanta. What about those Falcons? Just be able to go that extra mile to do research versus then coming onto the call and having nothing and trying to figure it out as you go. Absolutely not. You'll come off as more as knowing what you're doing. And I'll be able to drop a lot of my call recordings when you hear me talk with conviction throughout these calls. And you'll see how they're already sold because this guy knows what the fuck he's talking about. But the reality of it is I did my research coming into this call and already came up with ideas on how to help you guys crush it. So when you come to these calls prepared and do your research on the company and why you can help them, they're going to already be amazed. And they're like, okay, we're going to try this out for first month, give this guy $4,000 and see what he does. And that's how you literally lay down these deals. Because at the end of the day, I tell people this, brands need us more than we need them. But it's all about how you position and how you reframe all this. So in terms of that, do market research. Get them on the call once you're able to kind of get a feel for them. Get them on the call, kind of understand in terms of what they want, the content they're looking for, and then come to an agreement. Usually these deals can pay anywhere from $100 as a new beginner all the way up to $6,000. And sometimes maybe you get to my level down the line. I've been in this game for almost 4 to 5 years now, so I can charge up to 20 grand. And of course, percentage in sales. Retainer really pays the bills. Commission buys the vacations. That's the reality of it all. Commission, there's no cap to it because you have the little retainer paying you maybe your bills or whatever that may be, but you crush it for them and you have this percentage. There's no limit to what you really can make. So also, after that's all said and done, once the deal's done, then you start creating around their product. If you ever get to the point where you're like in a rut and you don't know exactly what to create and you get stuck, this is the best way to go about it for you to always have infinite ideas. Every product almost around us is viral on TikTok in some sort of way. You want to search that product, you want to go to filter, you want to go to most viewed, viral watch, most like, most saved, and literally create a swipe file of that video and create it and just make different iterations of it and recreate those same videos, just adding your own twist. That's how you never run out of ideas. As simple as that. You can create subsidiary account. You can create a subsidiary account and your goal is to go viral for the brand so you can help resign them. Sometimes the brand may already have an account. Sometimes their account's already kind of shit and already has a ton of different posting and messy content. So sometimes I do go to subsidiary account route where I just create a whole new page and just start from fresh because your odds are a lot better than trying to revamp an account that had shitty posts on it for the last 3 years. After that, once you crush it, the goal is to crush it. The goal is not to just have this brand on 1 month. The goal is to have these brands on for 6, 7, and 12 months and years to come. I've had brands I've signed for 30K, 20K for 6, 7 months. That's guaranteeing me 4 or 5K per month. Those are the type of deals that you want to sign in reality. And once you can sign those, you're going to repeat that for about 2 to 3 clients a month, and you're chilling for a bit. This exact blueprint literally has allowed me to make close to $250,000. I don't know. I said 225, basically $250,000 my first year. And now as a creator, as a content amplifier, I'm making anywhere from 30 to 50K. I talk really fast and I'm so sorry, but you guys can take screenshots of this whole entire doc and how to go about it as far as doing what you want. I want to show you guys an example of like what a page can do. So here's an example. I actually worked with this brand a while back. This is like an OG page. I was working with them when they were like 50 or 60K. I grew them, I think 20, 30, 40,000 followers. There's a ton of other pages that I have, but a lot of my pages are OG because I've been an OG in this game for almost 4 years now. Let me see if I can find some of my old videos. I was a killer on this. This is like literally my prime days. I'm still in it very much. But just back then, I did take on a fuck ton of brands. There would be times where I'd take on like 16 plus brands. And I tell my students, don't do that. It's all my content. 100,000 right here. Oh, it's awesome. I had a couple million view ones. They're up here somewhere, but you guys get the point. You guys get the point. You guys see the potential. This business model, no one talks about it. I mean, because no one realizes and no one understands brands value this. So if you guys want to learn exactly how I did it, I am taking a couple of students going into this new year. I am very stoked in terms of these brand deals that I've had lined up for a lot of my creators going into this new year. 6, 7, 8-figure brand owners reach up to me all the time like, yo, Key, we need creators. We're training the best creators all around to grow these accounts from zero to hero. And this is living proof to show you like this is real. Like I can refresh it. This is very much real. Hope it doesn't refresh my thing. Oh, it refreshed my thing. Oh, okay. It refreshed it. Shit. Okay. It was real. I'm trying to show you guys. Okay. Whew. I thought it like deleted my video, but as you guys can see, very much so. Damn, I forgot I did like a $17,000 day. I think my biggest day was 25K and it was a wire. Yeah, it was. Actually, it was a brand that signed me on for 20, yeah, it was 25K for 3 months. Yeah. Literally, realistically, your life can change in the next 3 months with this entire method, with this entire business model. Hope you guys love this video. See you guys in the next banger. Peace.